Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is episode 198. Almost 200. That is just wild to me. Thanks for joining us here on this last full week of October. That's right. Halloween coming up next week. And we're just moving along. Boy, the weather was really, really nice. I know we had some bouts of chill. Had our first hard freeze in many locations last week. It did effectively end the growing season. Mentioned that on Daybreak if you watch us on the TV side. But basically, we get these frosts or these freeze. Weather Service will kind of pump out the frost advisories and the freeze warnings until you get kind of a widespread upper 20s to around 30-degree low temperatures. You only need to do it really once. You do that, it effectively really kind of ends the growing season. So if you have those plants, that would have been a killing kind of colder temperature there. So no more frost or freeze alerts until the spring. As we kind of enter the growing season, we end up kind of going back and forth a little bit. So, but we're not done with the warmth. My goodness, the weekend was just lovely. And I think at least a good chunk of this week is pretty good. We are going to have kind of these bouts of chill as we kind of get closer to the end of the month and maybe a little bit closer to Halloween. And I did kind of bring it up, I think, in the last podcast. I don't think it's going to be quite as aggressive as what we were initially thinking. So we may be in pretty good shape here as we go over the next week to 14 days. We'll talk about that, kind of give you a little preview of what I'm thinking as we get closer to Halloween as well. That's coming up next here on Weather Week. All right, it is episode 198. Let's get to it here for the week ahead for October 21st, 2024. We'll start for the Monday on the 21st here. Beautiful sunshine. Nice temperatures, well above average temperatures, in fact. And calm, we'll go with highs in the mid-70s and overnight lows into the mid-40s. Tuesday, I think we'll get a little bit of cloud cover in here, but I'm still thinking mostly sunny skies and highs into the mid-70s. And overnight lows, very comfortable, into the mid-50s. All right, midweek, Wednesday, again, high pressure kind of settling in. Sunny skies, mid-70s for your highs. Wednesday night, we'll have lows into the upper 30s. I do think some outlying areas Wednesday night could slip into the low to mid 30s. So if you do have some plants outside, you're going to need to take care of those. Again, with some patchy frost. You don't expect frost advisories, as I mentioned at the top of the podcast, that those will not be issued anymore for the rest of the fall season. So Wednesday night is one of the mornings or nights that you need to prepare for that if you do have some tender vegetation still outside. Thursday, sunny, cooler, so it's going to be a cold front that comes through. And kind of like what we had earlier in the week, last week, you'll see highs only in the upper 50s for Thursday and overnight lows into the mid-30s, so another frosty night, Thursday night to Friday morning. But we're going to bounce back. I don't think it's going to be kind of an elongated chill here. Back to the low 60s with sunshine on Friday. Friday night, lows into the low 40s. Saturday, sunny, warmer, highs in the upper 60s. We'll be in the low 70s with sunshine on Sunday. Just kind of looking at the national blend of models. So the coolest spell will be in that Thursday, Friday range. We kind of hover around 70 degrees, honestly, for the weekend prior to Halloween. I know there'll be a lot of probably festivals and things like that are going on for the weekend. And I've got us near 70 pretty much through Halloween. So no significant chill there. I know I've been seeing on social media, and this is why you don't kind of buy into some of the hype when people post, maps when it comes to weather stuff. I mean, like, oh my gosh, this is like the biggest chill ever. And then you don't hear from that person anymore. And a big reason why you don't hear from that person anymore is because the next model run that came in, that was, 2.5 weeks that they were showing, had completely changed, but that wasn't going to be quite as exciting to share on social media and get all the shares and stuff. So just be careful what you're watching for. I mean, we're getting to that time of year, especially here in the Midwest. People want to do the snow maps. I mean, we saw a little bit of it with the hurricane stuff, because Florida was hit back to back. And then all of a sudden, people were throwing out maps about, hurricanes that are going to be forming over Florida over the next month. And none of that has passed since then. And then unfortunately, people just like to take advantage of that kind of stuff. We have them around here, plenty of them, that, ask for your money. In fact, they want subscriptions. So just be careful what you're watching out for and stuff like that. And always remember that nobody is going to be good enough to give you accuracy all the time when you get well past, a 7 to 10 day range. And the farther out you get, the harder it is to kind of grab hold of that. So just something to pay attention to, some food for thought. I get no extra money for you unfollowing people or you following me. Do it for the love of the science. So there you go. My little soapbox for the week. We'll look to the week. I do want to look back at the drought monitor that was released. The dry weather still kind of sticking around. We'll kind of break all that down next. That's coming up next on Weather Weekly. All right, let's look at the October stats. We're well past the halfway mark now. It has been, well, not good. Precip-wise, 7/100ths of an inch for the month. That's the entire month. We are down 1.89 inches of precipitation. Since September 1st, 1.59, we're down 3.5. That's where it really hurts. And for the year, 34.35, and we are down 1.65 inches of rainfall. Technically, we've had a trace of snowfall at the airport. That was last week when we got some graupel. So it doesn't technically count as the first snow of the year, but it was an icy solution, if you will. So that's why that was reported there. Sometimes in July, we've had reports of snow on the official report because it's electronic. It was actually hail. Obviously, we didn't get snow in July. But those are the stats we're at. So no surprise, the drought monitor came out last Thursday. The northern half of the state now pretty much is included as not abnormally dry, moderate drought. There is now a severe drought building in northeastern Indiana up around Fort Wayne. Indian Point South still considered abnormally dry, but with the forecast that I gave you prior to the break, no rain in sight over the next 7 to 10 days. We're going to see this drought worsen quickly, unfortunately. 8 to 14 day outlook, well above average temperatures taking us through November 2nd, which I mentioned. There is a slight chance for some above average precipitation. That would end up coming at the tail end of that time period, because as I mentioned, you're not really seeing a whole lot of precip chances leading into early next week, into Halloween week, right? The 1 month forecast, so this is November out, some signals, I'd call them weaker signals, but signals that we'll see warmer than normal November. And there's no really strong signals either way of going above or below the precipitation. Sorry. It was kind of drawing a blank there a little bit. And in case you missed it, there is a wonderful article that our good buddy meteorologist Ryan Morse wrote. Winter Outlook was released by NOAA, calling for a warmer than average winter. So the winter months are defined by December, January, February. So warmer than average winter, and an above average precipitation winter. Now, precipitation, I want to stress, that doesn't necessarily mean snow, and it doesn't necessarily mean rain either, right? It can go both ways. A lot of that is always depending on temperatures, at the time of the precipitation, which goes back to what I said. I mean, we are just not good enough to kind of go and, that deep into the crystal ball. But it does, what an above average precipitation winter would tell us is that it's going to be active. It's going to be active. That could mean, like I said, rain, could mean some snow, could mean some thunderstorms. Look, we've had severe weather here in December before, in January. So it does appear that we may be getting a little bit more of an active pattern as we get into a weak La Nina season. We'll talk a little bit more about what all that means a little bit later. All right. That's going to do it for me. We will have a full breakdown of Halloween next week. But like I said, at least temperature-wise, we do look like we're going to be kind of on the mild side. So there's some good news there. We'll always keep you updated. You can get that forecast, of course, 24 hours a day on our website, wishtv.com and /weather. And of course, free on our StormTrack 8 weather app. I'll be posting about it as well on social media. You can reach out anytime at Marcus Bailey on X and Instagram. And Marcus Bailey Weather is what you search on Facebook as well. You can get my forecast Monday through Friday on the TV side, starting at 4 a.m. Eastern time on Wish TV's Daybreak, and that streams online at wishtv.com on the homepage as well if you're out of market. Be on until 10 o'clock there, Monday through Friday. And of course, while you're here, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.
Discover more from StormTrack 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.